Hello everyone, in this video I'll create one integration that will call a BIP report and then it will write the report output file to the SFTP. And in our last video I created this particular BI report to get the supplier details from the Oracle ERP. Now I'll call this report from the integration. And if you didn't watch my last video, please do watch. You will find the link in the description. Now for this integration, we'll need three connections, which are FTP, REST, and SOAP connection. So FTP and REST connection is already there. If you want to refer the configuration of this connection, please do watch my earlier videos. Now I'll create one more connection, that is SOAP connection, and that will be used to call the BI report. So I'll click on create option and I'll search with SOAP. So generally we have two types of API, REST API and SOAP API. Now to call the BI report from the integration, we'll need SOAP adapter connection. So I'll click on SOAP and I'll put the name as SOAP 001 and I'll use this connection as invoke. So I'll choose invoke. Now click on create. Now for any SOAP connection, we have to provide the WSDL URL. So here we have to put the WSDL that will be used to call the report from the integration. So I'll search with BI report call WSDL. I'll go down and I'll open the first link. I'll go down and here we have to use the external report WSS service. So I'll copy the service from here and paste it here. Now I'll go to Oracle ERP and I'll copy the URL of the Oracle ERP and I'll paste this before this service. Now this is the complete WSDL URL. Now I'll go down and I'll provide the username and password, which is the Oracle ERP username password. So I have put the username password. Now I'll test and I'll save this. So this is configured now. I'll go back. Now I'll go to integrations and I'll click on the create button. I'll choose the application integration. I'll provide the name as INTG013 as this is our 13th integration. Now I'll click on create. Now first of all we'll use the REST trigger connection, which is REST 001. I'll provide the name as request. I'll continue. Endpoints relative resource URI I'll provide slash. I'll choose the action as post. I'll check the checkbox of request payload. Now I'll continue. Now I'll click on the inline option to provide the JSON of the request payload. Now here you can see we'll use the three attributes for the request payload. The first one is report path, and in this attribute we'll provide the SFTP location where we want to write our report output file. Then we have report format. So basically in this attribute we'll pass the value like CSV or PDF, and if we pass CSV then we'll get the CSV report output. If we pass PDF then we'll get the PDF report output. And the last one is business unit, because we are using one parameter in our report, that is business unit. So we'll pass the value of the business unit directly from the request payload, and based on that the report will be filtered and we'll get the report output based on that business unit. Now I'll continue, finish. Now I'll click on this plus icon and I'll choose the SOAP 001, which is the SOAP adapter connection that will use to call the BIP report. So here I'll provide the name as call BIP report. I'll continue. So here you can see the WSDL service external report WSS service is selected, and we have to select the operation, which will be run report. So I'll select run report and then I'll continue. Now here I'll do not select anything. I'll continue and I'll finish. Now I'll go to the map of call BI report. I'll expand the body, then run report. I'll expand report request. I'll go down. Now here we have to map all the attributes that are required to get the BI report data. So first I'll map the attribute format where we can pass the value as CSV, PDF, etc. So for that I'll expand the request wrapper in the left hand side. And here I can see report format. So I'll map the report format with attribute format. And if we don't pass any value to the attribute format, then the report will be downloaded using the default format that are set in the ERP. Like in our case, if I edit this report and if I click on the view list, then you can see default format is PDF. So if I do not pass any value to the attribute format, then we'll get the PDF output. Now I'll go down and then we have to map the report absolute path. And to get the report path, I'll go to Oracle ERP and I'll choose the catalog option. So this is our report. I'll click on more and schedule. So you can see the report name. So this is the path of the report with the report name. So I'll copy this and I'll choose the report absolute path and click on create target node. And I'll paste the path here within the quotation. Now save this. Now just above the report absolute path, you can see the parameter name values. So here we have to provide the parameters of the report. So I'll expand this. Then I'll expand the item. I'll go down. And here you can find a name field. So under the name, we have to provide the report parameter name. Again, I'll go to catalog. So to get the parameter name, I'll open this report. And I can see the parameter name is p_bu. So here I'll provide the parameter name which is p_bu and save this. Now in the values we have to pass the parameter values. So I'll expand the values and in the item we have to map the parameter value. So the parameter value I'll get from the request payload which is business unit. So I'll map business unit to the item. Now the parameter is configured. And if you have multiple parameters in your report, then to set up the parameters, you have to go up and you can see the item under parameter values. So this item is a repeating element. So you can click on this item and you can repeat the node to create another node. And in that you can configure your second parameter. So likewise, if you have multiple parameters, you can repeat the node multiple times and configure your parameters. Now go down. Now the last attribute that we have to map, that is size of data chunk download. So I'll create target node and here we have to provide the value as -1. Now why we are providing -1? Because we want the entire data of the report. If you don't provide -1, then you will get partial data of the report. So now save this, validate. Now after calling the BIP report, we'll get the response as base64 encoded format. So to decode that and to get the correct report output format, we have to use the OPAC schema. So I'll search with OPAC schema in OIC download and I'll go to the first link. And if you go down, you'll see one XSD schema So I'll copy this and go to Notepad, and here I'll paste this and save this in XSD format. So I'll choose all types and provide the file name as opaque schema.xsd. Now we'll go to OIC, and now we have to use one stage file where we'll get the report response in base64 encoded format, and we'll decode that using the opaque schema. So I'll search stage file action and provide the name as write stage BIP. Then I'll continue. Here we have to choose the operation as write file. I'll specify the file name as supplier underscore report. I'll provide the output directory as output. Now I'll continue. Now here we have to provide the opaque XSD schema. So I'll choose XSD here and continue. Now we'll upload the opaque schema. So you can see opaque element is selected. Now continue. Now finish. Now go to the right stage BIP mapping. So here expand the call BIP report response. And under run report return, you will find report bytes. And in the report bytes, we'll get the base64 encoded report that I will map to opaque element to get the correct report format. Now validate this. Now we have to write the report output file to one of the SFTP location. So I'll search with FTP and we'll get the FTP adapter connection FTP001. So I'll provide the name as write BIP to FTP. Continue. Continue. Now I'll choose the write file operation. Provide a dummy directory like slash, and file name pattern I'll provide as star. Now I'll continue. So here we do not need any schema because we'll just get the file from OIC and we'll write that into the SFTP location. So here I'll choose the no option. So I'll continue, then finish. And now go to the map, expand the ICS file, and in the left hand side, expand the right stage BIP response. So we'll get the file reference from the stage file and we'll map to file reference of write BIP to FTP. Now I'll expand the outbound FTP header type. So here we have to pass the file name and the SFTP directory where we want to write the file. So for the file name, I'll go to properties of the write stage BIP response and I'll map the file name to the file name. And here we'll also provide the format of the file that can be CSV, PDF or any format. So for that I'll use a concat option and I'll concat the file name with the file format. So to get the file format, we'll go to request wrapper and here we'll get the report format. So I'll drag this here. Now I'll save this and I'll map the report path to the directory. Now validate this. Now go back. The last thing we have to provide one business identifier. So I'll expand the request wrapper and I'll provide the business unit here. So I'll save this. Now go back. Now we have to activate and run our integration. So I'll activate in the debug mode and then I'll run our integration. Now I'll go to body. Now here I'll provide the report format as PDF. For the business unit, I'll provide US1 business unit. And for the report path, I'll go to WinSCP and provide the path here. Now I'll click on run option. So you can see processing completed successfully. Now I'll go to WinSCP and refresh. So you can see we are getting the report, but one dot is missing before the PDF. So I'll edit the integration to provide the dot. So I'll quickly do that. So here I'll go to the mapping of the write BIP to FTP, and under outbound FTP header type, I'll go to file name, and here after the file name, I'll provide one dot and then comma. Now I'll save this. Now again I will activate and run the integration. So I'll run the integration again. You can see processing completed successfully. Go to WinSCP, refresh, and now we can see we are getting the report supplier underscore report.pdf. I'll download it here and I'll open the report. So you can see we are getting the supplier report correctly in PDF format. Now close this. Now provide the report format as CSV and run the report. Go down and you can see processing completed successfully. Go to WinSCP again, refresh, and you can see now we are getting the CSV report. Download this. Now open this. So we are getting the report in CSV format correctly as well. Now the format in which you want to get the report, that should be mentioned in the output format list of the report. So if you go to report catalog section in Oracle ERP and edit the report and choose view a list, then you can find the output formats. So here whatever the formats are checked, in that formats you can get the report. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Share this video within your circle. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, you can put that in the comment section and do subscribe our channel.